Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Ryan Haywood.
And thank you, Finland, for sending the message that dickbags who DDoS gaming networks, launder money, and tamper with servers don't need to worry about anything inconvenient like, say, jail time.
Yeah, Espoo?
It's Finnish.
Espoo District Court in Finland has been examining the case of a 17-year-old Julius Kivimaki?
Probably.
Whatever. Who goes by the moniker ZeroCool.
That's a dumb name. Even hackers had better names like Acid Burn. So let's just call him ZeroCool instead.
ZeroCool crashed 1,507 systems in one day. Biggest crash in history. Front page New York Times, August 10th, 1988.
Most accurate hacking movie ever. Except maybe Swordfish.
All hackers get blowjobs.
That's exactly what it looks like. Young ZeroCool is part of the Lizard Squad, the group that was behind all the network outages in December, if you remember that Christmas present. But more than that, he was also implicated in an online harassment campaign where it's a little bit funny at least. He offered up the victim's phone number in a hoax competition for a free car, resulting in the victim getting thousands and thousands of calls. And he was also allegedly involved in the group's swatting attacks and fake bomb threats.
Oh, and he was also behind the server tampering at MIT and Harvard University. Those guys are under enough pressure, don't mess with them. And money laundering, but more importantly, he messed with our game networks.
I think when I was 17, I installed video games in the lab computers at school. That's basically the same thing, right? I'm a real bad girl.
All in all, ZeroCool was convicted of 50,700, which at that point is just say 50,000. The 700 is whatever. However, unlike our movie hero who was banned from electronics, very enforceable sort of thing, this guy got practically nothing. 2 years suspended sentence, meaning he won't even see the inside of a cell, and he's supposed to help fight cybercrime as part of his rehabilitation.
Which is definitely going to happen. And based on recent updates to his Twitter, he's very, very sorry. So let that be a lesson to you online deviants. Shame on you. Now you'll know better, right?
You think that'll work?
Sure. I mean, look at this guy. It's clearly working.
Yeah, I mean, ZeroCool's buddies have clearly also learned better since they posted a tweet saying, "All the people that said we would rot in prison don't want to comprehend. We've been saying since the beginning, we have free passes."
I like the voice, and they're clearly contrite.
That's an internet voice, right? That's very...
Sure.
Oh,
that was
we
more like...
have free passes!
That's better. Other members of the group have been arrested previously, including a 17-year-old in British Columbia and actual adult Vinny Omari in the UK, who was arrested at the end of last year.
Yeah, out of the three, Omari is the most likely to get an actual sentence, partially for being guilty of being over 18.
Yeah,
and
that'll
partially,
teach ya.
don't grow up, Peter Pan. And partially because of laws passed in the UK last year quadrupling the potential time in jail for internet trolls from a measly 6 months to about 2 years.
It's weird to even be wondering about this, though, when a teacher was sentenced to 90 days of prison earlier this year for showing a movie in class.
Look, the Muppets were bad, okay?
Well, actually, it was the ABCs of Death. But it's pretty bad. But still, how does that get jail time? And 50,000 counts of computer crime gets nothing.
50,700, okay.
I'm sorry.
Speaking to Krebs on security, ZeroCool says he's not remotely surprised by the absence of any real punishment because during the trial it became apparent that nobody suffered significant, if any, damages because of the alleged hacks.
Yeah, it's all that to the grounded plane. And Blair Strader, who was a victim of swatting and identity theft thanks to ZeroCool, also kind of disagrees. Speaking to the Daily Dot, Strader said, "I've lost complete faith in the justice system, and that includes the FBI. He's harmed American targets, and the FBI should have stepped in by now. The reality is, Julius Kivimaki will never be made to pay for his crimes."
Unfortunately for Strader, since his trial took place in Finland, the American justice system has no say. And because Finland did try him, they have no obligation to extradite him to the US. And he's a minor. And they can just say no. The extradition treaty really is one big no, as far as we can tell, so that the 5-year prison sentence an American swatter is currently facing isn't likely here, which he's probably happy about since Senator Charles Schumer is calling for an 8-year prison sentence for swatters.
So instead, he'll join fellow juvenile delinquent Obnoxious, that's the one from British Columbia, who pled guilty to 23 charges of swatting, mostly of young women who refused to be friends with him on League of Legends, in learning absolutely nothing.
But to be fair, those girls are now way into him. Well, at least Canada is requesting a 16-month custodial sentence in that case. though the sentence hasn't been handed out just yet.
Soon. So, lack of any real punishment is kind of disappointing. But let's be honest, prison in Finland isn't like prison. The system in Finland doesn't encourage things like armed guards or gates. They even offer houses that prisoners can stay at for a few days with their families to get all that bonding time, and they'll let them out once their sentence is half complete.
But do you still get to make the toilet sangria?
Jail's not so bad. You can make sangria in the toilet. Of course, it's shank or be shanked.
For all of your future DDoS news, which it sounds like there's probably going to be a lot of, slap on the wrist. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll keep you in the know for as long as we can keep the YouTubes up and running.
We'll just hold them up ourselves like this.